Shalom Aleichem, Mishnah Yomi continues. We're in chapter 2 of Ketubot, Mishnah Gimel. Ha'edim, the witnesses, she'amru, and they're testifying now, Kitav Yadenu Hu Zeh. These are our signatures on a document, meaning they signed a document, a shtar, in the past, and now the court wants to make sure this is a valid document, so the court is asking the witnesses to validate that these are indeed their signatures. So these men do so. Then they add something, avol anusim hayinu, but we were forced to sign it. And the Meforshim say, the Gemara says, they were forced on threat of pain of being beaten or murdered to sign it. But if they admit they were bribed to do it, we don't actually believe them to say they were bribed or took money to sign. The word anusim may be familiar for those students of the history of Spanish Jewry, where God forbid, some Jews who remained in Spain were anusim. They were forced to pretend to be Catholic for a time. Or they said, back in the Mishnah, ketanim hayinu, we were actually underage at the time and not eligible to sign. Or pesuli edut hayinu, we were puzzled to be witnesses for this matter because they were related to one of the people involved in this contract, in this shtar. Haray elu ne'amanim, we believe them. Meaning we believe that it's their signature, but we believe that their signature was obtained through false pretenses or was invalid. So the contract of this document is no good. But the Mishnah adds, if there are other independent witnesses that these are the signatures of these very men, or their signature is coming from another place, meaning the court has it on file. The court is aware through recognition or through a sample signature analysis that this is actually their signature, einan ne'emanim. And we don't believe them to say that the document is no good because we have independent corroboration of their signature. This is another application of the concept we learned yesterday, hapesha asar, the mouth that's saying forbidden, hu hapesha hitter, is the same mouth that's saying it's permitted. Recall the first example we had there was a man saying, this was your father's field, which would make it not his field, but I bought it from him years ago. So if we don't have any independent way of knowing it used to be his father's field, then we rely on his statement that yes, it used to be the field, but he had bought it fair and square a while back. That's hapei she'asar, hu hapei she'hitter in Talmudic parlance. Let's go to Mishnah Dalet. Zeh omer, one says, Zeh ketav yadi, v'zeh ketav yado shel havero. So one man comes into court and he says, this is my signature, and this is the signature of my friend. I saw him sign it. I know who he is. V'zeh omer, and then the next guy comes into court and says, Zeh ketav yadi, this other one is my signature, v'zeh ketav yado shel havero, and this is signature of my fellow signer. Harei elu ne'emanim, we believe them about the signatures, and the document is valid. But the second clause, Zeh omer, Zeh ketav yadi, v'zeh omer, Zeh ketav yadi, each man testifies only to his own signature and no more. Tzrichim litzarf imahem acher, divrei Rebbe. So then according to Rebbe, they would need to add in another man, maybe one man who knows both signatures, or maybe two more people who can identify signatures, or maybe get a sample of their signature. And this is because according to Rebbe, you need two witnesses on each signature in order to validate the signatures independently and therefore validate this document. The Chachamim Omrim, the other sages disagree with Rebbe. They say, Einon tzrichin l'tzaref imachem acher. We do not need to join another person with these two men who have each identified their own signature on the document. Ela ne'eman adam lamar zeh ketav yadi. Rather, each person is believed to say this is his own signature. The real issue at dispute here is that according to the sages, the two signatures are two witnesses on one document, on the contents of the document. What the Gemara says, mana shebishtar, like if it was a loan for a mana for $100, it's really two signatures of two men testifying on that one loan. Whereas Rebbe's opinion is, in order to validate the document as a whole, you need to have witnesses, edu, meaning two sources, on each signature in order to validate the document, because we need testimony on those signatures. Yasher kochachem, sei gesund.